Hurrah! Blessings and blessings. Your Honorable Preston Smiles has entered the building, heart wide open. Love, space. Excited to see what wants to come forward in this beautiful chat we have happening. There's a few of you who would like to come on, and I will potentially bring a few of you on during this, let's call it 10 to 15 minute drop-in. First and foremost, where are you coming in from? Where are you living? Where are you located on the planet right now? And what's your favorite word? Let's see how weird this gets. Favorite word and where you are on the planet as beautiful humans begin to pour into this beautiful ocean of devotion we call the internet, the global mind. And what the global mind has produced is the global heart. The global mind has made possible. The global mind has been a bridge for the global heart, which is us coming together as humanity to say, all lives matter by way of Black lives mattering. And not like a particular movement, but like for real. Like if we say all animals matter and we are slaughtering lions, then when we say all lions matter, it fits into the conversation. And so someone said they're coming in from Topanga Canyon and their favorite word is peculiar. Peculiar. It's interesting. Texas and laughter. Gratitude in Portland, Oregon. Los Angeles and surrender. Favorite word is perspective. Let's get it. Pensacola, Florida. Love, humanity. Let's see what else we got here. Beautiful. Scrumptiousness. Spirit, compassion. I'll take all of these. Interbeing. Interesting word choice. All of this stuff is just, yes, joy. Usually I come on with an agenda, right? Something I want to share on my heart. But today is about just opening up the container and the space to see what you want to talk about, what wants to come forward in you. And so if you have a question, drop it below and we will be with it. Champion Michael Trainer said, gratitude, Portugal, and fire, empathy. Favorite word is gratitude. Purpose, yes. Speaking on purpose, I have I'd say a unique conversation about purpose. I think that we've been fed an idea that we have one purpose. And the way that the idea is fed, it's through that being your job. Like, when you find your purpose, then it will all make sense. Well, there's no purpose to find because you being on the planet is a part of that purpose. There's no throwaway people, no throwaway moments, right? Life is always lifing and always unfolding and always giving us a new opportunity to remember who and what we really are, which is unique emanations of the Most High. Not high like high in the sky, but high like high consciousness, like inner awareness, like deep knowing, like present to the presence. That, right? So when we say, I gotta find my purpose, there's nothing to find because it's already here. It's happening. Sometimes we have a vision and we have mission, which is based off of personality, right? The personality will get you started. It's a beautiful place to get started, but not a beautiful place to live and land in, because the truth of our being, the truth of who and what we really are, and there's the facts and the truth. There's the facts and there's the truth. Sometimes they go together, sometimes they don't. But the truth of our being is that there's only one universe, one God, one love, one humanity, right? You pull this beautiful melanin back, and what you will find is vessels and blood and X, Y, and Z. The same thing I would find in those of you who identify as white presenting Caucasian, right? All of it is isness. How do you talk through reconciliation of purpose and sadness? Say that differently, and I will answer this differently. I don't know if I understand your question. I love your speech. Got on my response. Thank you. One family, one heart. Global mind, global heart, the internet. Somebody said, what do you think about the subtle genocidal constructs in society? Racism, anything from food deserts, yes, medical treatment, to outing the hunter and gatherer on land that doesn't grow anything, yes. So what do I think about that? I think that that's a dis-ease of the mind. I think that some very insecure humans have made a choice about people who look like me, and want perceived power. It's not just about me or black people or Afro amazing people, melanated, beautiful chocolate drops like myself. This is bigger than that. It's the same reason why Jeffrey Epstein could exist for years, molesting children and women. It's the same, think about that. Jeffrey Epstein had 50 cases that people knew about and still could operate on our, all around. Private jets, the whole thing. The reason why that can happen is the same reason and the thing that's happening behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, as far as trying to redirect the conversation from Black lives not mattering. What some of you will say to yourselves is, well, I care about this and I care about that, so I don't want to get on board with this Black Lives Matter thing, but you don't understand that it's like one giant domino. You knock down the domino of oppression, repression, and all the other things, and it just, it touches it all. Everything is touching everything. For those of you who've had medicine ceremonies and been able to drop in, those of you who had deep breath work and ayahuasca ceremonies and meditations, you know without a shadow of a doubt that when you really drop in, you know that there's no borders, everything is touching everything. And if I have a dis-ease in my right arm, at some point, it's going to make itself into my left and into the body. And so if we take care of the right arm, we essentially end up taking care of the whole body. I hope this is landing for somebody in this space. If I take care of the right arm, then I set myself up to take care of the body in the left arm. And so for those of you disconnecting from the idea that this Black Lives thing shouldn't be here, hear me. It's connected to everything you love. For you vegans, I want to save the animals. I want to save the this. I want to save that. It's all touching, all connected. Okay, somebody said, how's your day? I have a question. I've been asking my friends how they feel about it. I've been looking at the definition of the word black, and everything I read is, waiting for you to finish. And I kind of already know where you're going, but I want to see what you write. We have to ask ourselves, who wrote the dictionary? And can we reclaim what has been shared about blackness? First of all, I'm not black. I'm Afro amazing. I come from the descendants of kings and queens, just like you do, as far as the science goes. However, the guy's name is Jeffrey Epstein. He's just a symptom, another example of how a system can protect the rich and powerful. I will only put quotes for that because this man and many other men connected to him, including the current president, lots of video, lots of pictures with the current president and this man, and many others, including the Democrats and the X, Y, and Zs. This is bigger than Republican and Democrat. And for those of you who think that it's that game, it's not. They want you to play the game called Republican and Democrat. This is beyond and bigger than that. This is a humanitarian issue. And We have an opportunity. And for those of you saying, oh, they're trying to divide us, are they? Ask somebody who's had their 12-year-old son killed. Does this matter to them? Ask somebody who's graduated with a 4.0 from every school they've been to, who can't get a job or who can't get a loan. Ask somebody who, there was a graphic today of two men who did the same crime, one white, one black. Same exact crime, first offenders. One went to jail for 2 years, one went to jail for 26 years. Ask somebody, does that matter or make a difference? This is way bigger than political parties. I'll say it a million times. I'm not a Democrat, nor am I a Republican. I'm somebody who cares about humanity. So we can step forward, or we can step back, or we can step in, or we can lean in, but it's up to us. It's up to us. Let me read this. My father told me today, poverty is the great issue that I would like to impact on. How do you explain that this is all connected and that it's not one path only? It's been so difficult to explain. So you're trying to explain to your dad that it's all connected. Use the example I just gave, which is if my arm has a dis-ease or something going wrong with it or going on with it, when I fix the arm, I'm inevitably fixing the body, and I'm fixing other things in that process. So, for those of you who've had your friends and family send you this video of this pawn in this bigger agenda, I want to remind you that there's ways to say things without saying things. How many of you guys understand that? That I can say a lot, but hide it in something. There's things that I cannot say, and there's wording, right? Linguistics. We build worlds with language. And so I can use subtle languaging to manipulate the idea. And then if I happen to be also black identifying, then I now, with my manipulative wording, can create an idea to feed to people. And knowing that I'm getting a check from some big donors, and I have an agenda to run in 2024, there's a lot more than this Candace woman's video that a lot of people miss. A lot of people miss. Just watch this. If I spend 3 sentences saying this person doesn't deserve to die, and then 15 minutes explaining why that person does without saying it directly, am I still saying this person deserved to die? Yes, I am. I'm doing it in a sly way. I'll say, doesn't deserve to die, and now I'm going to give you a whole 15-minute dissertation and say little things like, Black people are championing making George Floyd the next Martin Luther King. No, we are not. Not even close. Do you know how many George Floyds there are? Do you know how many who are brain dead? Do you know how many who lost an arm or a body part? Do you know how many have been traumatized? Do you know how many? How many Tamir Rice's 12-year-old little boys? Do you know how many Ahmaud Arbery's that have been shot? She was playing most of you. This is deeper than that. Yeah, you guys are going to say, oh, it's deep state. Oh, I watched 3 conspiracy videos. So did I. Everything you watched, I watched. And it's still deeper than that. Whatever gets us to the dance, gets us to the dance. You want to know a story? I was 12 years old the first time I was kicked and had a gun drawn on me by the police. That was the first gun straight to me. You know why? I was on a bus headed to a predominantly white mall being a 12-year-old kid, and somebody wanted me and my friends to be quiet. We were being too loud. And I looked at this particular woman who happened to be white, and I said, shut up. Being a stupid 12-year-old, super disrespectful. Right? She's disrespecting us. I, instead of being respectful, because I was 12, I probably shouldn't have told her to shut up. Told her to shut up. When we got off the bus, the police were waiting. And she had told them that we threatened her life with guns. What guns? 12. And so they held their guns to us, and they put us in cuffs and sat us on the ground. And I tried to explain, and one of the officers kicked me and said, shut up. You shut up. Just think, right? I just want you to think about something, right? That's maybe for some of you that's small, maybe for some of you it isn't. I want you to think about you at 12. And if somebody kicked you as hard as they possibly could and had a gun to your head or face, what that would do to you psychologically. And if it kept happening. Ooh. And if the person who called the police on you lied. What do you think would happen to you psychologically if every few months, right? I just posted the video of the police officers admitting that they have KPIs. They have to bring in arrests. They have to. I just posted a video of them saying that they were told to target Latino and blacks between 14 and 21. They are told that. And then you say, oh, they're making it up. Oh, they're victims. Going back to this woman's video. And a lot of people do this. They take statistics. How many of you guys understand that you can make stats fit what you want them to fit? How many of you guys really get the psychological games that get played in these spaces? You can take statistics and you can talk about percentages without really talking about apples for apples, without really saying wait, hold on. There's 171 million white people in the United States. There are 30-something million black people in the United States. There are 47 million Hispanic people in the United States. And apples for apples, white humans commit more crimes, period. If I have 6 apples and 2 of them are taken by black people and the rest are taken by whites, that is still crime. And so to play with stats in order to justify, oh, there's black on black crime. Well, there's white on white crime. It's the highest there is. The Asian on Asian crime is the highest there is. Hispanic on Hispanic crime is the highest there is. Why? Because it's based on where you live and who you're around more. Well, if they care about black lives, why don't they X, Y, and Z? Well, do you have time to do everything all at once for the rest of your life? Or do you choose? Do you pick and choose? Let's really think about that. Do you handle everything all at once? Or do you say, okay, here we are. What's the bigger evil? What's the one that hurts even more? And do we ever ask ourselves, how did the ghetto become the ghetto? Do you think it just happens? Do you think black people are stupid and dumb? Do you really think that? There's so much more to this game. Somebody mentioned earlier food deserts. Please, in the comments, tell me what you know about food deserts. What is a food desert? Yes, redlining. What is a food desert? And what does that do? If certain people do not have the proper nutrition that goes into their body, and we've redlined their neighborhood to say this neighborhood where black people live doesn't get as much funding as the other neighborhoods. So now, I put nothing but liquor stores in this space and McDonald's and things that will kill them. Right? Nothing healthy or fresh goes in these neighborhoods. And I will make sure that their teachers are underpaid. I will make sure that the way that their whole situation is set up is one that it does not work. And then say, why aren't you better? We just raped and pillaged you for 400 years. Then for another 50 years, every time you built something up, we burned it down and killed you. We hung you from trees. And then when we couldn't keep doing that, what did we do? We created laws to do it anyway. Guys, there's so much more to this conversation. And I remind you, the same system that is set up to hurt and harm and repress Black people is the same one that's set up to do that for LGBTQ, the same one that's set up to keep everybody in check and in line so that they must so that they stay in perceived power. Everything is touching everything. Blessings and blessings, guys. From my heart to yours, I literally feel your energy. I feel your love. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for showing up, for opening your heart, for just listening. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you don't agree with any of it. It's okay. It's okay. Share this. Share this if it resonates. The moment I end this and post it on my thing, leave a comment and then click the like button and then share it onto your stories so we can get messages like this to more people, if it aligns. If it doesn't align, I totally get it. But why not? Right? People are receiving a lot of information that does not support. Money, to answer your question, Sunita. Money. Money, fame, popularity. If you've ever watched Django Unchained, Samuel L. Jackson's character didn't come out of nowhere. It's a thing. All right. Love you guys.